once you actually put your words with a burning desire into your decision and take action and move forward with it, distractions that come up. So if you hear me right now and you really fully understand what I just said, know that that is why you know you made a right decision when that happens. So you must double down and really put your all to it, because if you actually do, you cannot lose.
All of my ops say that.
Yeah.
Why do they gas me up?
Mama.
Where does it go? My head. How much I got? A lot. Don't even care. I won't. Where's the boy?
Yo, Tom, what it do? Yeah. It's another day. Breaking bread, me and you. I'm feeling all right. I hope you're feeling great. Today is Thursday. Yeah. As you see, jamming out to that good Drizzy Drake. It should change anybody's mood, you know? You gotta be a special individual for you to get a 20v1. Everybody and a mama in the industry trying to take you out. Yep, when there's a will, there's a way. You find a way to, you know, be victorious. And that's all that has happened, all right? And if you think Drake lost, I'm telling you he won. My man K-Dot beat his wife. That is a no-no. That is unacceptable. We don't do that on here. We don't do that on this side of YouTube, on this side of Logic. Still make good music though, I give him that. Yeah, all right? But Drizzy is better by a long shot. Now, per usual, let me see. Today's word is ascendant, rising in power. Rising in power or influence, just above the eastern horizon. Ascendant we're talking about today is the levels that you consistently go up. You're ascendant. All right? As life happens, I've said before, it moves forward, you understand it backwards, and that's for a reason. Certain things, certain rooms for you to be into and understand the ins and out of it, before that can happen, you must grow through something that'll give you the armor needed so that you can ascend in such an environment. In per se, you're not learning a lesson, or you're not applying the knowledge to get the power that you're asking for. Well, you'll find yourself just reliving the same reality over and over and over with just a new face, maybe a new area, same blueprint, all right? Same script. Because until you complete the mission at task or the hand of whatever it is you've been dealt, you will not ascend to the next level. And that's all this word is. In a very strategic, metaphoric way, I just displayed it as such. And it's just rising above, all right? Now in this series, we started yesterday, integration, bringing it all together. It's like cheese or the macaroni, all right? Anybody, hopefully everybody, then had a good macaroni and cheese before, maybe during Thanksgiving, Christmas, Easter, with the family and all. And if you know, you know. If you know, you know. Ain't none like it. Ain't none like a good macaroni and cheese. So this series of integration is just the cheese and the macaroni. All this identity, all this structure coming full circle to ascend your life, to level up your life at either a plus, a quantum leap, however you choose to. But you will be better later than when you first started going in. All right? And today is what I tell my younger self. What I tell my younger self, young Anthony Moore. Anthony P. Moore. I used to say that a lot. What's my name? Anthony P. Moore. I would tell my younger self, we're going to go high school. If I could go back to high school, that would be, what, a little over 10 years. It's like a 12-ish. I'll be 18 again. That 14 to 18 range. If I could tell my younger self, what would I tell my younger self? It would honestly be to make a decision and then go all in on it. Do not allow your environment to skew their progression and things that they want to do, and really ask yourself, what do you want to do, Anthony? Because in this life, you got decisions and sacrifices. Whatever you decide to do, the opposite becomes the sacrifice. See, I come from Buffalo, New York, where it's actually a pretty vicious area. A lot of people, you know, they're stuck in that bubble of fantasy of Buffalo. A lot of people don't even go to Niagara Falls, which is nothing more than a 30-minute ride outside the city, depending on where you're at. 20 minutes, depending on where you're at in Buffalo. Or even a lot of people don't go to Canada, which is yet again another 15 minutes, depending on where you at. From downtown Buffalo into Canada is less than a 15-minute ride. Over the border, you in Canada. Welcome to Canada. Text message coming through to the phone. So I would really tell my younger self to make a decision. You know, I was pro start, phenomenal chef. Look it up, 2014. I did that big one. I had full ride to Hyde Park, the Culinary Institute of America. I was doing the thing. I was doing it. I had a true passion for cooking. I was very good at articulating my thoughts, and I had a lot of confidence in abundance of areas. But I think that's where the shift happened, because I was so good at so many things. Bowling, natural bowler, still to this day, it's natural. Baseball, natural hitter. But I wanted to play basketball, you know, because my environment, my friends at the time, and a few of them is my dog still today, my dog Tyson, to the end of time. I wanted to hoop, but really, I was actually naturally gifted in baseball. See, decision, should have made that. But you're a product of your environment. Like I said in series prior, you change your environment, you change the person. All right. That's what I would tell my younger self, though. And that's what I tell all y'all, depending on whatever ages you're watching that, because it's never too late. It is never too late. That is a psyop of society saying that it's too late for you to chase your dreams. Does things become harder depending if you have responsibilities? Yes. If you have children, that's part of your day. You got to integrate your dream within that. If you have a sickly parent and you took on the ownership to take priority of caring for them, then that's part of your duties. You got to maneuver around that. But it's never too late to make a decision and really give it your all. Because like Andrew Tate said, which I have a number of different alarms that go off throughout the day to keep myself motivated, because I understand in this world nobody's coming. Everybody will wish the best for you, but nobody gonna do the hard work like you gonna do the hard work for you, because you gotta want it more than anybody else. People can hope that you want it or strive to be more, but you gotta want it and then execute it through applied action. However, I digress. I listened to a lot of Andrew Tate, where he basically said, one of my alarms go off and he says as such: if you actually gave it your all, you cannot lose. You cannot lose. If you actually made a decision, put your all into something, every ounce, like 50 Cent said, I'm gonna die trying. I'm gonna win or die trying. If you put your all into something, the Andrew Tate alarm that goes off, you cannot lose. And that is autonomously right, correct. So what would I tell my younger self after all that I just said? Is to make a decision and sacrifice anything that does not align with it. Because one thing about life that I've learned now is when you do actually decide, I'm doing this, I kid you not, everything you can ever imagine starts to happen to try and distract you. From maybe an old girl might call, to maybe new girls might pop up, to old family members might call, to maybe new events might arrive, to distractions might happen or try to happen, to now just the weirdest alarms or notifications are popping up on the phone, to just numerous amount of different distractions pop up once you actually put your words with a burning desire into your decision and take action and move forward with it. Distractions that come up. So if you hear me right now and you really fully understand what I just said, know that that is why you know you made a right decision when that happens. So you must double down and really put your all to it, because if you actually do, you cannot lose. You can't lose. All right. Now, that being said, like I said, it's Thursday, beginning of the video. I'm gonna get this up to y'all probably a little later on. I'm pulling into this training right now, and just get after it, man. All right. Just get after it. Just find a way to keep moving forward, structure it, integrate it all together, and you'll be all right. Also, if you hear this long, actually ask yourself, put it in the comment section below, what would you tell yourself, your younger self, if you could go back in time? All right, so drop that in the comment section below. I actually would like to hear it, see the different perspectives and, you know, different things we've grown through, whoever's on the other side of this camera watching. So put that in the comment section. What would you tell your younger self if you could? That being said, we in the final week. We in the final like 6 days of my challenge, and I'm excited, but I will talk to y'all tomorrow. Peace. Let me get that Drizzy back going. Uh-oh. Peace.
I ain't need one. The mirror's right here. I see one. My nigga don't know how to pay me back, so he say next head he catches a free one. What kind of clip? Extendo.